Today we are playing the Stanley Parable, and this is actually my first time playing. I can't believe it. And when chat found out I'd never played it, they were in shock. Everyone was saying this is like such a Koji coded game, so I'm excited to play it. I think I need to set my current time right now, so it's 8:08 p.m. Oh. Okay, let's try that again. It's 8:08 p.m. There we go. Hidden Coconut, thank you so much for the bonk. Accessibility settings in the main menu. Okay. Right. Doesn't seem like the game's too loud or anything. I'm thinking let's just go straight into it. Please work. Please, please work. Amazing.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Oh, he liked the job.
Stanley was happy.
Fair play then. Fair
and
play.
then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, I think that's our cue. It is, it's our cue. Okay, wow, sorry guys, I'm just gonna have to change the sensitivity really quick. Maybe crank that up a little bit. And subtitles are already on. Perfect. Let's do it. Audio okay, guys? Everything sound good? Everything sound okay? Yeah, that feels like a good sensitivity, I think. Okay. So no one's in the office, so I guess we're just... What are we doing here? Just looking around?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It's a bank holiday, maybe? And we forgot it's a bank holiday? Oh. Oh, crap. What did that say? I accidentally pressed... I think I accidentally pressed the... Well, some of the computers are on, so... Looks like someone's playing games in there. I hate Mondays. Hey, that drawer looks like a smiley face. The filing cabinet. Where are we supposed to go? To the meeting room, did it say?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But right is always right. Do I actually have to go left? Surely not.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I don't like being told what to do. Don't like being told what to do. I'm so sorry.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. But eager to get back to business,
oh, the door's
Stanley
shut behind
took
us.
the first open door on his left.
Koji, your PDA is showing. Honestly. Honestly, though. Like, truly.
Stanley was so bad
No.
at following directions, it's
I
incredible
just wanted
he
to have a
wasn't
look. I just
5
literally wanted
years
to have a
ago.
look. I wasn't gonna go this way. I was just having a look. I wasn't actually gonna do that. Millie Moo, I've played nearly all the Chiller's House games. I have a couple on my desktop that are much older ones that I haven't played yet that I really want to play.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
This is cool.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is
Where
that the
are we
story has been about nothing but
going?
you all this time. There's someone
Oh,
you've
nice.
been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Wait, who's her? Princess at the end, like Jump King?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
I also love that someone in the chat said, I have literally never seen anyone go this way. I was seeing all the comments in the Detroit Become Human playthrough as well, and people like, I've literally never seen people make these decisions. It makes me feel really good, because I actually don't intentionally do it. I guess if you watch me play games, you get to see the scuffed versions. That other people probably don't make those choices for good reason.
That's her, Stanley.
We brought this on
You
ourselves.
need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her.
Flashbang. What?
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
Yep.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right.
Lovely. Fresh baked
Okay,
bread.
there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
I don't think this is a horror
This
game.
is a very sad
Is it? I
story
don't think so.
about the death of a man named Stanley.
Wait. Good morning, employee 427. Press Z on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Oh.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly
Oh,
what he's
fuck
told
you.
to do.
Actually.
Now he's pushing a button.
Actually,
now
fuck
he's
you.
eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Don't feel sorry for me, feel sorry for you. I'm not pressing it. I'm not fucking pressing it. I thought I had to do it to like hop over the sofa or something. You tricked me. I'm not pressing it. Let me out. I'm not doing what you tell me anymore. Let me out. I'm gonna press every single button on my keyboard apart from T. Fuck.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Oh. Where is the TV?
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss,
This seems trolling.
everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Guys, please press G to spend time with the boys. Oi, oi, that's more like it.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Guys, the thing is, I have to press these buttons. I
As
don't
he
have a choice.
wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Well, I have to, so we're gonna do it with pressing U.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
It reminds me of the narration a little bit from Getting Over It. Please press J to tell your wife you love her. Well, of course I'm going to do that one.
But there is no answer.
Oh.
How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Please press M to go to sleep. Well, okay.
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Well, now I want to do it because you told me to not do it. Yeah, fuck you.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Mayui! Thank you so much, Mayui, for the raid. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome in, raiders. If you don't know me, my name is Koji. We actually played Chain together yesterday with Mayu, and it was really fun. I hope you had a great stream, and I hope you had loads of wins, man. I hope you were winning. You better have been winning. Road to Imo right now. Road to Imo this week. This is the week. This is the week, Mayu. This is the week. I've been winning. Let's fucking go, man. Thank you. Welcome in. I hope you had a lovely stream. I really appreciate it. We've just started a game called the Stanley Parable, which is actually like a really famous game. And I've never played it before, but it seems really cool. We're literally just starting it. I've had it like installed for ages, and I just never got around to playing it. So we're playing it today, and it seems really good so far, but kind of confusing. But thank you so much. I really appreciate the raid, man.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to.
Oh my god,
must.
yes. Go and raid and run. Literally, any streamer that ever raids, I don't even expect them to speak in chat. I'm terrible for it. Half the time I raid people, I don't even speak in chat because I'm already gone. I'm already gone to get food. The second it's raided, I'm like downstairs already. Raid and run for sure. But let's play Chain together again ASAP. Okay? Enjoy your food, man.
Well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again.
Why does it just say
Stanley
please
pushed a
die
button.
on the screen, by the way?
And I tried.
What? Is that actually the end of the game? No. So he's essentially just talking about the fact that us as a character, Stanley, are working our life away in this office, slowly killing ourselves, and all we do is listen to the big guy, do what the big guy says, press the button, send the email, do the job, do the meeting, blah, blah, blah. That is like one of 200 endings or something. Wait, the game has ended?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh. I thought this game was like the
When
Truman Show.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he
Okay.
entered the door on his left.
Well, this time I'm going to listen to the narrator and do what he says. Oh, interesting. There's 200 different endings?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How many people in chat have actually seen this game before? Because I feel like it is really well known. Because as soon as I mentioned playing it on stream, everyone was like, yes! Try putting the candle in the toilet. Okay, it looks... Oh, actually, to be fair, it's kind of like 50-50 in the chat whether you've seen it or not seen it. But the fact that it's at least 50-50 goes to show how well known it is as a game. Someone said it's like The Truman Show, and that makes me really excited. I don't know if it is anything like The Truman Show. Oh. But The Truman Show is actually like genuinely one of my favorite films.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Don't tell me when I leave and what I do. I will examine these shelves like the Luke Goblin I am.
There was nothing here.
Okay.
No choice to make,
okay.
No path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
And I'll decide
no reason to still be here.
And I'll decide that for myself. I'm just checking all the shelves because I want to see what's in here. Thank you.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing that. Wait, is there a button I don't know about like picking stuff up? Interact is E. Yeah, that's what I've been pressing. That is what I've been pressing. Okay, I can't actually read that note, unfortunately. Fire hose. This is the deluxe version.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it.
I'm gonna go and pee. This guy's yapping. This guy's actually yapping. Chat, I am so... Thank you so much for the follows, by the way. Everyone that came through on the raid. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Welcome in. I'm actually so curious about this game. Sorry, that was a really bad time to need to pee. I was really interested in what he was saying, but at the same time, I drank loads of tea to try and wake myself up after my little lie down.
I'm dreaming! He yelled.
Oh, he thought it was all a dream.
I mean, what a relief Stanley felt.
Does kind of make sense for it to be a dream, I guess.
An explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
What the? No, what the?
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
Wait.
And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head.
Wait, what?
One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
How we just...
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself. Stanley
What?
is as awake right
just going
now
in
as
circles.
he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream.
Stop
Did
yapping.
the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
This is like meditation, actually.
I am
This is like
okay.
affirmations. This is lovely.
Stanley began screaming.
What?
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
So much for the
This
meditations.
is the story of a woman
and
named
the affirmations. Wait, Mariella?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Wait,
But on this
is that
particular day,
Stanley?
her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
Guys,
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
what? How do we win?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm going crazy. This is the worst game to play when I've been
Stanley
streaming for 7
came to a
days
set of
straight.
2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he
Thank
wanted
you,
to stop
Alti.
by the employee lounge
Appreciate
first.
it. I just saw someone in chat say, I'm going to dress as Koji, uncapped subathon Koji for Halloween this year. Someone actually just wrote that in chat.
to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
We're actually going to do this. We haven't done this way yet.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Red button. Red button, go boop. What? Oh, okay.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
What?
From here, it's, left.
But that's not my left. Can you win in this game? Is there?
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Is there any winning, or is it just like?
No, not the right.
How much
Why
can you
would
take
I
until
have
you go
ever
insane?
said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
I mean, I feel like in all the endings, we've just like worked ourselves to death or passed out on the sidewalk and died. I mean, this... Whoa. What the...
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get
Wait,
back
it
to
is like the Truman
Oh,
Show.
am I kidding?
It's like
all rubbish now.
Squid
The whole
Game's Truman
story completely
Show.
unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Squid Game Truman Show. No.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oops.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Because it doesn't feel like there's 200 ending options to go. It doesn't feel like there's that many options really at all.
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
So there's 43 endings, not 200, but I mean, that's still a lot. And we've had 3 endings, so there's still 40 to go. And I mean, this is a whole lot of options. That way... Never eat shredded...
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
No.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay. What? Are
All
you
of his
fucking
co-workers
kidding me?
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This is worse than Jump King. All the endings played out in order. I feel like they...
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong.
They can't be,
It's possible
because
the
it's...
story is back where we just came from.
You make your own
Why don't
choices,
we go back the
right?
other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. None of these are open. Not open. What does this say? Surname access. Oh. No, I mean, I guess we're just going back to where we started.
Aha!
Oh.
I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Let's do that then. Oh.
Now this... Well, I'll be
Phasmophobia?
honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
There it is, chat.
I know you put in a lot of hard work,
Next
and
game.
it really paid off. So, good job.
We beat it in 4 endings instead of 43.
I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Well,
some people win fair and square.
questionable.
And this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Oh my god, there's a line to follow this time. The Stanley
All
Parable
right,
Adventure
I've got
line.
a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure
Oh, we've
line.
never been able to go
Just
this way
follow
before.
the line. How simple is that?
Well, that is pretty simple now you say it, yeah.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's
Perfect.
over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even
Yes.
if there's no story there?
Exactly.
Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
Of course it is.
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
Oh
Now,
my
we can
god.
both agree that the nature of existence
We're getting
is in
so
fact
trolled.
a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Love this song. Love this song. I'm gonna have a panic attack. I think it's too late. I think I'm already having a panic attack. Wait. Wait, what the fuck?
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything. Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Guys. We're actually back at the beginning of the line. I'm going insane. Which way did we...
Oh, no,
We're back here.
No, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Well... Is that an ending? Surely that's a new ending, right? That's got to be a new ending. Good
You
morning.
know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Yes, let's do that. Let's do that. No
Now,
line.
Yes, this is exciting. Just
Yes.
me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
Oh,
Whatever it might be, Stanley.
God.
I'm ready for it.
I want to beat this
no,
game.
not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Why is there TMs on everything in the subtitles? What is going on? They should make a horror version of this game. I mean, this game is a horror as it is,
Good
but...
choice. We get to make a decision.
Okay.
From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity.
Absolutely.
In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Well, chat, we won. You know why? Because we didn't walk in circles, even though he told us to. So no matter what happens here, we won.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes?
Wait, it says 8 restart. The narrator is
determined?
gone after a long time. Stanley
So now,
dies.
according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
It's literally about to
And
happen.
the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination, so I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do...
What the? What the? There's no way they just honked a fucking horn in our ear and restarted us. Chat, what did you do? Someone in chat must have moved because I didn't move a muscle. I didn't move a muscle. Well, there is a jump scare in this game after all.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh my god.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Must remain patient. Must remain patient, chat.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I would just like to remind chat that I'm playing this game And I've had 3 hours sleep. And it's 9 p.m. I'm battling everything in my body to be patient. Every single urge and everything I've
The
got.
lounge was sublime, a work of art.
Okay.
What was it but eager to get back to business?
Yep.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yes, he did.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section,
Yep.
walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
He did. But can I? No.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a
Okay.
wave
Oh,
of disbelief,
no.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
We haven't actually been up here yet. Oh, wow. Look at this. Oh, my God. Wow. How'd the other half live? This is at dead of night, but luxury edition. Executive bathroom. Money in the morning, money in the evening. Money for breakfast. Money crisp. Wow. Imagine having a window like this in your bathroom. That is one hell of a window. What do you got here? The beige pages. It's like the yellow pages, but beige. Oh, that's a horrible picture. Wow, this reminds me of like what Mr. Burns' office would look like if you were really walking into it in The Simpsons. Business strategy. And it's the picture of a gun to a panda's head. Which one? Up or down? Well, if we go up, technically, we've got an umbrella over our head, which means that we've got some sort of security. If we go down, yeah, we go up. Do love me some elevator music, I'll be honest. Oh, is this ever gonna end? Oh. I am the most expensive boss. Okay, let's try going down. I fear that the elevator's not actually moving ever. It's just playing music and shaking. And no matter what button we press, we're not going to go anywhere. Okay, alright. Okay, enough. I see what's happening here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Why would we trust the narrator now to put 2845 into that? Sewage?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his
Lilies.
thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Chat. That is not the codes. You're all lying in chat.
2845.
This really is Mr. Burns' office in The Simpsons. It's actually Mr. Burns' office. It's quite cool to just be here for a moment.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Oh. Maybe it really was just going to be 2845. You're all liars, chat. Every single one of you. Is it safe? Oh, I tried to press up, but I guess we can only go down.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Whoa.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh. I don't want my mind controlled. But I feel like escape is not real. Okay. If this was real... If light is on, call extension 914 immediately. Oh, the light is on. If this was real life, which way would I go? I'd go escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
No, we're doing it. No, we're doing it. They're lying.
Nope. Still on board
They're
with
lying.
death?
They're lying. Don't listen to them, chat. They're liars. I'm not listening to them.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
No. This is the right track. I am on track.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Well, the thing is, I don't think I'm confronting my death at all. I think I'm... Well, anything is better than a... Anything is better than a mind control facility. Oh my god, we've survived.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted
That is still
this
a great
violent
loss.
end
I'm sorry,
to
that's
his
still a
brief
very,
and
very
shattered
great
life.
loss.
Farewell, Stanley.
We won. We beat the game.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Why hasn't it happened if that's true?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Wait, that's not the normal office. That's completely different. That looks like a Roman Colosseum or something.
When every path you can walk has been created
Wait,
for
we
you
beat the
long
game.
in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
We're God.
Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What? We're like the God in the Truman Show. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a... Oh. Oh. That one's nice. Well, there's the credits for the game. Wait, did we actually beat the game early? Like, genuinely? Office computers. Filing cabinets. This definitely feels like a troll. This feels very trolly. Stanley's computer. Nature paintings. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though. The core layout remains identical to this iteration. Interesting. Okay. Oh, well, we need to choose between right and left. Oh. Oh. Left looks nice because it's got big, bright windows. Oh. Maintenance room. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Alien base, awesome. Oh, it's actually... Huh? One of the deaths from an early version of the countdown ending. Wait. I don't understand. We didn't even see half of these levels. I feel really uneasy. I just don't really understand where we're supposed to go. Okay, not that way. It's a bit spoilery. Oh, okay. I shall stop reading.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I pressed it.
Can you see?
Oh.
Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not.
Wait, we got
Sometimes
too
these
good and
things
skipped to
cannot be
all the
seen.
endings? This is the ultimate ending?
But
Wait.
listen to me. You can still save these two.
Wait.
You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
What now? You haven't even entered deluxe territory or finished the original ending. Oh, so it's
I can't
literally
wait
just...
to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley
It's
thought.
just
How
debating
amusing
me.
they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing?
Yeah, but Omi, if I listened to her, I would have
When
quit the
Stanley
game
came
and
to
then
a
it'd
set
be
of
over.
two
You really
open
want it to be over,
doors,
chat?
he entered the door on his left.
Wait, I need to
Yet
make
there
new
was not a
decisions
single
though.
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, I'm not doing that one again. That one was fucking horrible. That one went on forever. That one was absurd.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh. Wait, we had to go down though. Ah, we're making the same decisions a little bit here. There's got to be other decisions further along, surely. I feel like there was. Oh.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large
mind
door
control
that read
facility.
Mind Control Facility.
Let's do it. Control my mind. Okay. I'm trying so hard not to press the button. I'm fighting against everything to not press the button. There's just nothing else. Okay, we press the button. Let's do it.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
We're
What
back here.
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yes, I have the strength. You don't even need to ask.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I am Mac. Thank you so much for the gifted sub to Protozoe. Thank you. Wow. That's a whole lot of employees being monitored, actually.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Hi, Steph. Yeah, a lot of you guys seem so happy that I'm playing this game. I genuinely, it was in my wish list. Oh no, it wasn't. I'd actually brought it, and I just guess I completely forgotten about it. I think I must have brought it years ago. Oh. But just given how many people were excited that I was playing it, goes to show it must be a really great game. Wait, there's a... Mind controls idle. Awaiting input. Okay. So I can go that way, but there is also a door over here I wanted to have a look at. Console disabled. Oh, we can't actually leave. So many buttons. It doesn't seem like any of the things we press actually do anything though. So I think we have to go this way. You watched Truman Show recently? It's such a great film. Such a great film. Love that film.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Wait, we get to choose off or on? It's in your top 3 favorite movies. It is an incredible film. I actually haven't watched it in a really long time. I need to watch it. I mean, we're gonna turn it off, right? We're just gonna shut this thing down for good.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
No, I just know it's not over. Of course it's not over.
Yes.
Wait.
He had won.
Wait, but I haven't,
He had
right?
defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Then
And
why
yet,
do we still hear
even
you?
as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
I mean,
It
this
was
does look...
perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
This does look really
Stanley
gorgeous.
stepped through the open door.
It's not a It's not a door.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Beat the game. Complete the Stanley Parable. Oh my actual god. Did we actually beat it? Did we really beat it though? You got the good ending, but there's so many more. We actually got the... We actually did get the beat the game achievement. So if we go for another ending... Wait. When you guys say there's 42 endings, you didn't mean just the 8 or 13 or whatever the hell we just did then. You were talking about like there's 42 unique endings, like endings. Oh. You haven't even entered deluxe content yet. But the thing is, if we play again, we got to do everything again. I don't know. I don't know. Hitchhiker's Guide coded? You guys keep talking about Hitchhiker's Guide. I've never heard of it. Okay. Well... yeah, I reckon let's revisit this game when I've not had 3 hours sleep. I think that's probably a good idea. Wait, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy sounds so familiar. Well, if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you sometime in another episode, hopefully. Have a great day. I am cooked. I'm cooked. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy sounds so familiar. This is a really good game, though. I would actually like to see some other endings. It's a really unique game, and it's very, very interesting. I think it just requires unbelievable amounts of patience.